Chapter 1. The Origins of Destruction. In the world of Vana'diel, there exist those who have chosen a path few dare to walk. A path not of healing, not of protection, but of pure, unbridled destruction. These are the Black Mages, and their story is as old as magic itself. When the first adventurers set foot in Vana'diel, 6 disciplines were already waiting. 6 formal traditions, ancient and established. Among them stood the Black Mage, a practitioner of what many would call the darkest of arts. Not dark in morality, perhaps, but dark in purpose. For while the White Mage studied the gentle flow of restorative energy, the Black Mage turned their gaze towards something far more violent. Elemental fury. The raw, destructive power that sleeps within fire and ice, within lightning and stone. In the magical taxonomy of this world, Black Mages occupy a unique position. They stand at the furthest extreme of the destructive spectrum, directly opposite their White Mage counterparts. And yet their studies overlap with others. The Red Mage, who seeks balance. The Scholar, who pursues academic understanding of elemental theory. But where these others dabble, the Black Mage commits entirely. They are specialists. Pure destructive force, refined into a discipline. This specialization comes with a reputation. Throughout Vana'diel, Black Mages are both feared and respected. They are the ones you call when overwhelming firepower is required, when diplomacy has failed, when monsters must be reduced to ash and memory. Their role in life, as the old texts describe it, is to obliterate enemies with raw magical force. Nothing more, nothing less. And so they're often found in certain roles. Mercenaries, hired for their devastating capabilities. Researchers, seeking to push the boundaries of destructive magic ever further. Or perhaps most iconically, reclusive tower scholars. Those who lock themselves away with ancient grimoires, studying formulae that could level buildings, practicing incantations that call down the fury of the heavens themselves. You can recognize them, even from a distance. The visual identity of the Black Mage is unmistakable. Long robes that sweep the ground, ornate staves that hum with barely contained power, and, of course, the pointed hat, that iconic silhouette that echoes through every Final Fantasy world, now given form and context in Vana'diel as the uniform of a formal scholarly order, a tradition that stretches back through generations. This is what it means to be a Black Mage, to be part of something ancient, to carry forward a legacy of power and destruction, wielded with scholarly precision. Chapter 2. The First Steps of an Apprentice. Every master was once a student. Every legendary sorcerer who could call down meteors or freeze entire armies, they all began the same way. With trembling hands. With uncertainty. With a single simple spell. When an adventurer chooses the path of the Black Mage in Vana'diel, they do not start by summoning infernos or splitting the earth. No, they start much more humbly. They are given a simple staff. Nothing ornate, nothing legendary. Just a functional tool, smooth wood worn by previous hands. And they're taught their first spell. Stone. Stone. Not fire. Not lightning. Earth magic. The most stable, the most grounded of all the elements. It's a deliberate choice, you see. A teaching philosophy embedded in the very structure of apprenticeship. Before you can learn to burn, to freeze, to electrify, you must first understand how to manipulate the element that represents foundation. Stability. Control. This is the mark of Vana'diel's formalized magic traditions. Magic here is not wild, not chaotic. It is disciplined. Scholarly. An apprentice Black Mage is not a wild pyromancer throwing fire wherever they please. They are a student entering an ancient institution, and they must prove they can handle power responsibly before that power escalates. The starter staff and robes carry symbolic weight as well. When a common adventurer dons these garments, they are transformed. No longer just another wanderer with a sword or a bow. Now, they are something else. A novice sorcerer. An apprentice to forces that have existed since before civilization itself. The robes mark them as part of a tradition, part of a lineage that stretches back through countless generations of magical scholars. In the language of Vana'diel's adventurers, There is shorthand for these roles, abbreviations that mark profession and purpose. And for the Black Mage, that shorthand is BLM. 3 simple letters. But in World, these letters carry meaning. They identify you as a professional battlecaster, not a hobbyist, not a dilettante who learned a few cantrips from a book. You are BLM, a destructive scholar in training, someone who has dedicated themselves to the formal study of how to unmake things. And so the journey begins, with stone, with a simple staff, with robes that are still stiff and new, not yet marked by battle or stained by the residue of 100 spells. The apprentice takes their first steps into a world where knowledge is power, and power must be wielded with precision. This is where every Black Mage's story starts. In humility, in careful learning, in the understanding that destruction is not chaos. It is a science. Chapter 3, Philosophy of Power and Sacrifice. There is a fundamental truth about power, one that every Black Mage must confront early in their training. Power always demands sacrifice. Always. And the Black Mage's sacrifice is written into their very body. The philosophy of this discipline is built on an exchange. You want to master spellcraft? You want to command the elements themselves? Then you must give up something in return. Physical durability, martial skill, the ability to stand toe-to-toe with a warrior in close combat. All of this surrendered, sacrificed at the altar of pure magical mastery. This is why Black Mages are often depicted as frail, not weak in spirit, but delicate in form. Their bodies have not been hardened by years of sword training. Their reflexes have not been honed by countless hours of martial drills. Instead, they have spent that time in libraries, in towers, hunched over ancient texts, memorizing formulae, understanding the intricate mathematics of elemental resonance. Their strength lies not in muscle, but in preparation, in knowledge, in timing. A warrior can charge into battle with minimal planning and potentially survive through pure physical prowess. A Black Mage cannot. For a Black Mage, every battle is a calculation. When to strike, which element to use, how much power to commit, when to hold back. This is the true strength of the discipline. Not brute force, but refined precision. The spell lists available to Black Mages reflect this scholarly approach to destruction. They study the 6 primary elements that form the foundation of Vana'diel's magical system. Fire, ice, and lightning, the aggressive elements. Earth, wind, and water, the foundational ones. These are not random choices. These are the cosmic forces that shape reality itself, and the Black Mage dedicates their life to understanding how these forces can be weaponized. Each element has its properties, its strengths and weaknesses, its resonances with certain creatures and environments. A Black Mage does not simply cast fire because they like fire. They cast fire because they have studied their enemy, understood its vulnerabilities, and calculated that fire is the optimal choice for maximum destruction. This is scholarship applied to combat. As a Black Mage progresses in their training, certain traits begin to manifest. These are not accidents. These are the natural result of years spent refining magical technique. Magic attack bonus, the ability to channel more power through each spell. Clear mind, the discipline to recover mental energy more efficiently. Conserve MP, the wisdom to waste nothing, to extract maximum effect from every point of magical energy expended. These traits tell a story. They speak of long-term refinement, of patient, dedicated study. A warrior might grow stronger through physical conditioning, building muscle and endurance. But a Black Mage grows stronger through mental cultivation, through practice, through understanding at a deeper and deeper level how magic works, how it flows, how it can be shaped and directed. This is the philosophy that every Black Mage must internalize. Strength comes from within, from the mind, from preparation and knowledge. The body is merely a vessel, and it need not be particularly robust, as long as the spirit and intellect are sharp. Chapter 4. Learning to survive the battlefield. But here is the paradox that every Black Mage must face. You have sacrificed physical strength for magical power. You are frail, vulnerable, and yet You are also the most dangerous person on the battlefield. You are the one capable of obliterating entire groups of enemies in seconds. You are the primary threat, which means you are also the primary target. Every monster with even animal-level intelligence understands this instinctively. That robed figure in the back, the one with the glowing staff, that's the one that needs to die first, before they can finish whatever apocalyptic incantation they're preparing. And so the Black Mage faces a unique danger. They have the power to destroy, but that very power paints a target on their back. Survival, then, becomes its own discipline, its own art. Throughout the history of Black Mage tradition in Vana'diel, this challenge has been studied carefully. And the solutions are woven into the very equipment that Black Mages wear. Look closely at the artifact pieces, the traditional garb of accomplished Black Mages, and you'll notice something interesting. Many of them carry a specific property. Enmity reduction. Enmity. That's the formal term for it. The measure of how much threat you generate, how much attention you draw. And for a Black Mage, managing enmity is the difference between life and death. The equipment itself reflects this philosophy. Stay unnoticed. Remain in the shadows. Let the warriors draw attention while you work your devastating magic from positions of relative safety. This is not cowardice. This is strategy. A dead Black Mage contributes nothing, but a living Black Mage, carefully managing their threat profile, timing their attacks, allowing tanks and warriors to hold enemy focus, that Black Mage is invaluable. The equipment serves another purpose as well. Look at any serious Black Mage's gear, and you'll find another common thread. MP regeneration. Magical energy recovery woven into rings, robes, staves. This too tells a story. A Black Mage's power is not unlimited. You can unleash devastating force, yes, but then you must recover. Rest. Allow your mental reserves to replenish before the next engagement. This enforces a particular rhythm to the Black Mage's combat style. Burst. Rest. Burst. Rest. Intense expenditure followed by disciplined recovery. It's a pattern that reflects the broader philosophy of the discipline. You cannot maintain maximum power output indefinitely. You must pace yourself. You must know when to act and when to conserve. And so the successful Black Mage learns to fight a different kind of battle than the warrior does. While the warrior is engaged in constant motion, constant action, the Black Mage fights a battle of positioning, of timing, of calm calculation even in the midst of chaos. You stand back. You watch. You wait for the perfect moment. And then you strike with overwhelming force before fading back into relative obscurity. Survival, for the Black Mage, comes from staying calm, from remaining detached, from channeling dangerous power while never losing control, never panicking, never drawing more attention than absolutely necessary. It's a meditation practice as much as a combat technique. The most dangerous mages are often the quietest ones. Chapter 5. Mastery of Elemental Destruction. As a Black Mage grows in power and experience, they eventually reach a threshold, a point where they are no longer a mere apprentice practicing basic elemental manipulation. They have proven themselves, demonstrated discipline, shown that they can handle greater and greater forces without losing control. And at this threshold, they are entrusted with something remarkable: ancient magic. These are not spells that just anyone can learn. These are not techniques passed around casually in taverns or sold in common magic shops. These are the apex of destructive sorcery, carefully guarded, passed down only to those who have earned the right through dedication and mastery. The Black Mage, and only the Black Mage, is granted access to this terrible knowledge. The names alone evoke their power. Freeze. A spell that doesn't merely chill, but brings absolute zero, crystallizing moisture in the air itself. Tornado. Not a gust of wind, but a devastating vortex that tears through everything in its path. Quake. The earth itself rises up in fury, shattering stone and bone alike. Burst. Lightning concentrated to such intensity that it tears the air apart with thunder. Flood. Water not as a gentle stream, but as an overwhelming deluge. And perhaps most feared of all, flare. Pure energy, unaligned to any element, the ultimate expression of destructive force. These ancient magic spells represent something profound in the lore of Vana'diel. They are battlefield annihilation given form. While a basic spell might defeat a single enemy, ancient magic can reshape the battlefield itself. Multiple enemies erased in an instant. Entire formations scattered. The tide of battle turned by a single perfectly timed incantation. And the Black Mage is the only one trusted with this power. Not the Red Mage, despite their elemental knowledge. Not the Scholar, despite their academic mastery. Only the Black Mage, who has dedicated everything to the art of destruction, is deemed worthy and capable of wielding these ultimate techniques. This is what separates the journeyman from the master. Any competent mage can throw fire. But to stand before a god, before an endgame threat that has brought entire armies to their knees, and call down flare or freeze at the critical moment, that is mastery. That is what veteran Black Mages are known for. Turning impossible battles, breaking stalemates, being the decisive force when it matters most. But even this power has its limits, and these limits are crucial to understanding what it truly means to be a Black Mage. Magical energy is finite. The mortal body can only channel so much catastrophic force before exhaustion sets in. You cannot simply spam ancient magic endlessly. Each casting drains you significantly. Cast too many, too quickly, and you'll find yourself depleted, vulnerable, useless. This limitation is not a flaw in the system. It's a feature. It's what keeps Black Mages from being unstoppable forces of nature. It's what maintains balance. And more importantly, it encourages a specific mindset, a specific approach to combat. The veteran Black Mage is not someone who panics and throws their most powerful spells at every minor threat. No. The veteran Black Mage is a calculating planner, someone who paces their devastation carefully, who holds their ancient magic in reserve for when it truly matters, who can look at a long, grueling battle and plan out exactly when and where to deploy their limited but overwhelming power for maximum effect. This is the mark of true mastery. Not just the ability to use powerful magic, but the wisdom to know when to use it, the patience to wait, the confidence to trust your party members to handle lesser threats while you conserve your strength for the moment when everything hangs in the balance. A master Black Mage is patient, calculating, and absolutely devastating when the moment finally arrives. Chapter 6: The Art of Magic Bursting. But there is one more technique that defines the Black Mage above all others. One skill that separates the good from the legendary. One moment of perfect synchronization that represents the absolute pinnacle of what the discipline can achieve. Magic Burst. In the chaos of combat, there are moments of perfect opportunity. Moments when the fundamental forces of the universe align. Just so. Warriors and weapon users create what are called skill chains, sequences of attacks that resonate with each other, building energy, creating a window of vulnerability in the enemy. And in that precise moment, when the skill chain completes and reality itself seems to shimmer with potential, that's when the Black Mage strikes. A perfectly timed spell, unleashed at the exact instant of maximum resonance. The damage doesn't just add to what came before. It multiplies, amplifies. The magic bursts through the opening created by the skill chain, dealing devastation far beyond what would normally be possible. This is what Black Mages are renowned for throughout Vana'diel. Not just their raw magical power, but their ability to synchronize with their allies. To watch. To wait. To understand the rhythm of battle so perfectly that they can identify that fraction of a second window and exploit it with surgical precision. It requires timing. It requires knowledge of which spells resonate with which skill chains. Fire with a certain combination. Ice with another. Lightning with yet another. A Black Mage must memorize these interactions, must understand the underlying elemental theory that makes magic bursting possible. But more than that, they must have the reflexes and the intuition to execute in the heat of battle. And for those who have truly mastered the art, there is an even higher level, the double magic burst. 2 spells, cast in rapid succession, both landing perfectly within the magic burst window. the second spell benefiting from the burst of the first, creating a cascade of destruction that defies normal magical limits. It's a technique that requires absolute mastery of casting speed, timing, and magical theory. When executed properly, it's a thing of beauty and devastation. The importance of this technique is reflected even in the equipment. Certain relic gear, legendary pieces worn only by the most accomplished black mages, explicitly enhances magic burst damage. These items are designed around the technique. They exist to push masters even further, to reward those who have dedicated themselves to perfect timing and execution. This is the defining test of mastery for a black mage. Not how much damage you can deal in isolation, but how well you can synchronize with others. How perfectly you can time your strikes. How reliably you can deliver that finishing blast exactly when it's needed most. Community stories and party narratives throughout Vana'diel often revolve around this dynamic. A strong black mage becomes the center around which entire strategies are built. Warriors and weapon users structure their skill chains specifically to create magic burst opportunities. Timing is adjusted. Attack sequences are coordinated, all to enable that one moment when the black mage unleashes their full power through the opening the party has created. It transforms the black mage from a solitary damage dealer into something more. A team player in the truest sense. Your power is individual, yes, but its full potential can only be realized through perfect coordination with others. You watch your party members. You learn their rhythms. You anticipate their moves. And when the moment comes, you don't hesitate. This is the art of magic bursting. This is what it means to be a truly legendary black mage in Vana'diel. Not just power, not just knowledge, but the ability to weave your destruction into the larger tapestry of party combat, becoming the decisive strike that turns battles, defeats gods, and writes your name into the legends of the world. A black mage who has mastered this art is more than a damage dealer. They are a conductor of destruction, an artist of annihilation. And when the magic burst lands perfectly for that brief, shining moment, they're the most powerful force on the battlefield. This is the legacy of the black mage. From humble beginnings with a simple stone spell, to the heights of ancient magic and perfect magic bursts. From frail apprentice to legendary master of elemental destruction. This is their story. This is their path. This is what it means to wear the pointed hat and carry the staff. This is the black mage.